What up? What up? What up? What up? So what's going on? Welcome to my sixth video now. Uh my first one was the introduction, second one was my journey, third one was God's grace. I think fourth one was inspiration, God's inspiration. And then my fifth one was the Hood Chronicles. Uh Now my sixth one is gonna be number two to God grace. Uh Like I mentioned before, I had joined the military. I was in the Marine Corps, and I was in the reserve. But during the summertime, we had like a 2 weeks where we go active. And this one year, I had went to Japan. And like I said, I wasn't like I was still in the streets, where I was still involved with like smoking and stuff like that. So I was, uh even, when coming in, I was I was bef- before I came in, I was smoking. And I had to get a waiver in order to go into the military, to say that basically I smoked a whole bunch of times, and I did it that one day, and I decided I wasn't gonna do it, even though that was a lie. Just something that they wanted me to do so that I can pass my well, if I fail my drug test, then now I'm able to get in because of that testimony or whatever. But like I said, once I end up getting out of boot camp and doing my schooling and stuff like that, once I came back into the streets, I end up going back into the same thing, smoking and stuff like that. And they used to give me drug tests whenever I go to my unit. But the way I used to do it was I smoke, and then right when I know I'm about to go to my duty station, I stop for like a whole week and drink, a whole bunch of water and orange juice like they used to tell us back in the days. I don't know how they do it now. I know they got a bunch of stuff where you can try to cover it up, but that's the way I used to do it. Was I used to drink a whole bunch of water and stuff, and I used to just stop smoking or whatever. And in this situation, when they was telling us we was going to Japan, I figured, man, ain't nothing to worry about. Uh, I can smoke the night before, because I'm pretty sure once I get over there, they ain't gonna piss test me. They ain't thinking about that. But shh, man, I went over there. I smoked like I always do, smoke, and that was the night before, and we end up, going to Japan, Okinawa, Japan. For anybody that's trying to know the specifics, we went to Okinawa, Japan, and when you get there, they put you, they let you basically give you a breakdown of everything, of what's going on, what you can do and what you cannot do. And we was, sitting there watching this video, and they telling us about the different STDs and stuff like that, and letting basically, if you get in trouble over here, like, you're gonna be kind of basically stuck over here. Like, if you end up getting a disease, some type of disease that, that's not, in the States, like, they gonna end up making you stay, in Japan, to handle that situation. In some cases they were saying that you're gonna be permanently over there. I'm not sure if that was true or not, but that's what they were showing us in the videos and stuff like that. So I'm, in my mind, I'm thinking like, man, I don't want to get in no trouble over here, because I don't want to get stuck over here. I want to go back, go back home. I ain't trying to get stuck over here in Japan. So, right after we looked at this video and stuff, they right after that they was like, all right, and there's a mandatory piss test. And I was like, man, what? Like, why in the world is they doing a mandatory piss test? And I was like, man, like, all I can think about is, no, I can't get in trouble over here. I don't want to mess up, because I'm away from my family, I'm away from everybody, I'm away from my loved ones. Like I mentioned before, like when it came to boot camp, it's like, how, are they gonna be able to get to me? I'll be stuck over here. They probably won't even be able to help me out or whatever. So, I was worried. I was like, man, like I know I'm gonna be dirty because I just smoked last night. So I just got to thinking. I was like, man, I don't know, what to do. I can't get nobody else pissed. Like it was just a last minute thing, and they was telling me I gotta go piss. So I prayed, just like I told you in every other situation. I was like, God, get me up out of this situation. And I knew when I was smoking and stuff that I was doing bad. I knew because I wasn't supposed to be smoking in the military. I wasn't supposed to be smoking in the country because it's illegal. Uh, and so I knew that what I'm doing is wrong. So I was like, man, God, man, just go ahead and get me out of this situation, and I go ahead and stop smoking. Just get me on out of this, and I stop. Because I know that what I'm doing is wrong or whatever. I said, just get me out of this situation. I don't wanna be staying here in Japan. So um, I took my piss test, and I ain't hear nothing back. They say you good. And I was like, whoa, like ain't no way that my piss is clean. Like there's no way because like I said, I smoke. Like it wasn't no one time thing. Like I was smoking like every weekend, almost every other day, almost every day I was smoking. So it was like there's no way that my test is clean. Either they didn't check it or they checked it and seen it and they decided not to do nothing about it. I'm not sure, but I know that my piss was dirty or whatever. I'm not sure what ended up happening, but I just knew that I made a commitment, to God, to that I was not going to smoke anymore. So uh I could there have been like God intervention in there, like God did something that helped me out. Could possibly. Um, I brought up this story because I like I said, I made that promise to God that I wasn't gonna smoke no more. And when you do stuff like that, sometimes you just be saying stuff just to get out of that situation. And I somewhat meant it, but you know how it is, man. You end up getting back around the surroundings of it, and like I didn't smoke right then, but I say like some months or years later, I tried to do it at one time, and I was so paranoid, so like I can never go back to it. And as time progressed, I felt like that was God doing that. Like I really feel like God was like, "Hey, you made this promise and you ain't going back. So I'm not even gonna let this even, go down like that." So um like I said, I look at it like God grace, because I could have ended up getting in trouble. I could have got in, big trouble. I'm not sure. You know, I wasn't supposed to be smoking in the military. I know that, Um I could have, messed up my relationship in the Marine Corps, but nothing ended up happening. I ain't, they didn't do anything. I didn't get discharged from the military. I was doing all that stuff. So I do look at it like God grace, grace being on me, you know. Um, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that, probably been in the same situation. It was a guy and there with me, we used to always talk like, yeah, I be smoking and this and that. Um, so I know I wasn't the only person that was out there doing it. and probably not the only person that's some. It's probably somebody out there now that's doing it or whatever. So I'm just sharing this story uh to just let people know about being in situations like that where God, you know you can you I was just sharing this with my cousin, like one, the whole topic is about God grace, but I'm also thinking about the fact that I made that commitment to God, and it got to the point where God, how people, because his what he was talking about was he wanted to stop smoking, and I truly believe that God can make that possible, and it's situations like this that could be the case because uh like I said, after that I couldn't go back, and when I did go back, it was like it wouldn't work out. Like, I was super paranoid. Like, I felt like everybody was looking at me. It was horrible, a horrible experience, to the point where I couldn't go back and do it. So, I think that God can make stuff happen. Like, say if you pray, like, God, take this, the I want to stop smoking. God will put you in situations like where I was at, where you will end up making a promise, and then now you can't break that promise and stuff like that. So you know uh I'm pretty sure somebody might been in that situation, giving them revelations. I'm just giving them a revelation of, why, the reason why they're not doing what they're doing anymore, or maybe somebody's out there smoking right now. Uh, you know, like I said, I know it wasn't good, uh, but I still did it. And, you might want to stop doing illegal activities, when you aren't supposed to be doing it. Uh, because like I said, and I got a honorable discharge, and I could have, things could have got to the point where I didn't get no honorable discharge or whatever from all that stuff I was doing while I was in the military. So that's why I look at it like God grace, to where I end up doing my time in the military, got out, and got benefits. I don't get no disability or nothing like that, but I got benefits for going to school and stuff like that. And you know, I don't have no dishonorable discharge or anything like that. Like, I got honorable discharge, so that don't mess up my record. Even though I know that there are some things that I did that I wasn't supposed to be doing. So I'm thankful, very very thankful, that I was able to come out clean. And I'm thankful that God put me in that situation, because I don't think that marijuana was helpful for me. I know sometimes people think that it may be good, and it might be good for some people, but I don't think it was good for me. It slowed me down. uh it made me dependent. It made me uh just like I said, I was doing it too much. It was a recreational thing, in a way, where it was like, man, we just constantly doing it, and yeah, man, like, to anybody that's listening, man, take the time to really think, is this really good for you? Is this something that you need to be doing, and that goes for anything. It don't have to just be marijuana. It can be uh you know whatever the case may be, any drug that you might be doing, because I don't know about all these drugs they people doing now, but uh, just consider what it is that you're doing. Is it uh is it is it one, is it good for you? Is it helping you out? Two, is it legal? Because if you a person that's trying to go to God or trying to do things the way God want him to do, or you feel like God is calling you, you can't be doing this stuff to the point where you stand in your name. You know what I mean? Because people ain't gonna respect you. You know, people ain't gonna respect that you over here breaking all the laws and doing just stuff that to the point where it's like your word. We can't, like I said, going back to what I just said, we can't trust you. We can't trust what you're saying, because that's another thing. I was lying a lot, because I wasn't supposed to be doing it. And when you put yourself in a situation, you will lie a lot because you ain't trying to get in trouble. So it's like you don't want to put yourself in that situation, and God ain't gonna allow you, because you ain't gonna be representing Him doing stuff like that. All right. So, like I said, to anybody that's listening, if God brought you to this video, consider some of the things that I just said, man. Love you, and I'm out.